Bring our panelists in for discussion. Jessie Jane Duff, retired gunnery sergeant, U.S. Marine Corps. Newsmax contributor Amanda Mackey, and attorney, also an attorney, Bobby Eberle, Republican strategist and host of 13-Minute News Hour. All right, good to see everyone here. Amanda, I'll start with you on that. Interesting conversation there about DeSantis signing some bills. You know, you go through Orlando, you go through Miami, you go through Tampa. Now I'm going to go to Brandon, Florida to do this. Your thoughts?
Brandon's a wonderful city, and certainly a wonderful city to do this signing ceremony in. Look, people are tired of the federal government trying to go after their livelihoods, tell them what to do with their bodies. Don't the Democrats always say, my body, my choice? That is where Ron DeSantis has done an incredible job of leading not just Florida, but the nation in spearheading these efforts. He never followed Fauci like everyone else did. He made the best decisions under his administration to allow people to make the best decisions for their families, for themselves. And that's why Florida is blossoming. We are doing so well. Our economy is strong. And people are moving here from California, Texas, and all across the country because this is the greatest free state in America.
I forgot. So where are you in Florida?
Not far from Brandon.
You're not far from Brandon.
St. Petersburg.
Okay. Oh, it's beautiful out there. I love St. Pete out there, Clearwater, all that. Bobby Eberle, your thoughts?
Well, I got to take offense with Amanda for saying Texans are going to come to Florida. We want Floridians to come to Texas. But that aside, I like what DeSantis is doing. I think it's really good. And as conservatives, we need to remember one important thing, is that we are the same people, the same philosophy that got outraged when you told a business that wanted not to bake a cake, that the courts were saying you have to bake a cake. They were telling businesses what to do. We're still that same folks. And so that's why I think DeSantis is taking a good approach. He's still allowing businesses to put whatever safeguards they feel are important in place, just not forcing people to put a chemical into their body that they may not want to do. The businesses can still require testing or opt-out options, things like that. I think it's a really balanced approach, and it sticks with our philosophy.
Jessie Jane Duff, round this out for us. When you think of what Governor DeSantis is doing, he's giving his residents the option. You can go and get the vaccine. You cannot go do it. You can get any other type of treatment. You cannot get the treatment. But again, it's up to Floridians. It seems as if this is a common sense approach.
Right, and it decreases the resistance by people to be open-minded about the vaccine. When you have an administration and regulations and Dr. Fauci just being so spearheaded and derogatory and negative towards those who have opted out of the vaccine. In fact, deciding that they can no longer work and making sure that any federal worker who is unvaccinated cannot even go do their job. You know, you're just going to create a greater resistance, whereas the governor has just been very open with people and said, here's your options. You make those right decisions. And he's also been an awesome proponent of the therapeutics so that you can be more on the preventative side and or fixing your condition very, very quickly versus that of being hospitalized. The left wants to have this as the way it was 2 years ago, where it was a death sentence, essentially, in their mind to get COVID. We're no longer in that place. People are recovering at high, rapid rates. Florida actually has had the same results as California that has been restricting its people for over close to 2 years now. So your mandates and your restrictions aren't accomplishing anything. And I think Floridians are a lot happier for that.
And you know, one of the things that I think I'm out of time. Yeah. All right. They're playing the music. But one of the things that he brought up is natural immunity. We didn't play that part, but he's focused on that, which is a huge part of the conversation. Jessie Jane Duff, Amanda Mackey, Bobby Eberle, you're going to hear a lot more from them because they are our panelists this hour. All right. Bring our panelists in. Jessie Jane Duff, Bobby Eberle, welcome back. Jessie Jane Duff, I'll start with you on this. A couple of things to note here. The big one here, the Build Back Better bill, it has passed the House, it heads to the Senate, and it even has a mascot.
It's pretty extraordinary that the House decided that this was going to be for the best interest of Americans. The $1.7 trillion is still just as expensive as the original $3.5 trillion. They just basically removed some of the measures that they're going to pass later. It's going to cost Americans an extensive amount of money. And when the White House suggests that it's not going to cost Americans a single dime who make less than $400,000 a year, that's a flagrant lie, because it's going to get passed on to consumers consumers in a variety of measures. When you're increasing any type of rate of taxation or costs or expenditures, somebody has to pay for it. And whenever big business is having to pay for the cost of to run the government, it's going to get passed on to the American people. We're going to see it, as we already have, with our fuel prices that have skyrocketed simply because this administration decided that it didn't want the United States to be fuel efficient any longer. Every measure by this White House is going to hit Americans in their pocketbook, and we're seeing a stagnant economy because of it as a result.
Yeah, there was not a single Republican lawmaker, Congress member who had voted in favor of the bill. And we were just playing some video, Democrats taking a victory lap, dancing alongside the Build Back Better bill on Capitol Hill. Congresswoman Ilhan Omar.
You know what I get? It just gets me really quick, just on a tangent here, Bobby Eberle. I get that tune, let's all go to the lobby. Let's, you know, when they played during the movies, when the popcorn and the Coke was dancing, and you're at the movies. Right. And you got to go and buy popcorn. It makes me want to buy popcorn and Coke. I don't know what this does, but that's what it reminds me of. All right.
Seeing the Democrats celebrate like that, it's just crazy. Hey, Sean, real quick, you were almost right with the blood moon. You just need to keep it going, man. It is a lunar eclipse. It's a full one when the moon is completely in the shadow.
I didn't know we had an expert. I would have brought you on for that discussion.
I'm a smart guy, man. That's why I'm here.
I thought I saw some letters on the end of your name, a P, an H, and a D, something like that.
You guys can handle everything, which is great. Maybe you can react to this as well. We've got a new Quinnipiac poll. And according to the poll, 46% of voters say they want the Republican Party to win control of the House. 46% of voters also want the Republican Party to win control of the Senate. This comes as President Biden's approval rating hits a new low. 36% approve of the job he's doing. That's according to Quinnipiac. Bobby, with the passage of the BBB in the House, now headed to the Senate, does this lift the president's approval rating? How do you see it impacting it?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it keeps going down and down. And this is what is so frustrating about the Republicans that voted for the $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill. If you remember, some of them were saying, yeah, I voted yes because it would give us more leverage on the bill that was passed today without Republican support. It gave them no leverage. It was bad politics. We shouldn't give the Biden administration any kind of breathing room, any kind of win, because we see these numbers. People are ready to vote for Republicans. They see the Biden administration, the Democrats, in disarray. We just need to keep going. We'll take control, and then we can turn our agenda to the American people and turn it around.
Yeah, major addition to the deficit there, $367 billion, according to the CBO. Remember, moderate Democrats, they were going to wait and get that? Well, they still voted in favor of the bill. Jesse Jane Duff, Bobby Eberle, thank you, panelists, for joining us on this Friday. We appreciate all the conversation.
All right, friends, thanks again for tuning in. I really appreciate it. And before you go, please hit that subscribe button above. Once you do, tell your friends, share it, spread the word about the 13-minute news hour so we can keep growing. And for more great content, check out these videos right here, and I'll see you next time.